Hi everybody, I have 4 minutes until the kids' next distance learning classes start, so that's to prove a point to you. Also, how quickly this comes together. This is to make the sweet cocoa, cinnamon, chipotle masa for our chocolatey s'mores blasphemous tamale. Sorry all my Latino amigos. Pretty much what we're going to be using for you people who aren't used to making tamales or your own flour, your own flour tortillas or anything like that, or sopas. We are going to be using, you find this in the Latin food aisle of your stores. It might be in the regular baking aisle also. It's called maseca, instant corn masa flour. You don't want to use regular cornmeal or regular flour. This is maseca, and it's pretty much the same points as regular flour. We're using 1/3 of a cup to make these a little bit bigger than my normal tamale recipe. So we're going to be using 1/3 of a cup, which is 4 points. So let's get to it and show you how quick and easy it is to mix this up. This is 1/3 of a cup of the fine ground maseca flour. This is 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of your natural 0-point sweetener o choice. This is a dash, under 1/8 of a teaspoon, so a dash of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and this is optional. I am using McCormick's chipotle chili powder. You could use a dash of cayenne if you want a little bit of heat, or you could leave it out and just have like a chocolatey, slight cinnamon taste to it. And dump that in. Now for the greenies, when you normally make tamales, you use a bunch of lard and stuff. I am replacing that with, what is lard? It's fat. What's white and creamy that we have at 0 points? Greek plain non-fat yogurt. For you greenies, I'm only using 2.5 tablespoons so that it stays a 0-point amount for you, because I am considerate and nobody shows love to the greenies. And then we are also going to add water. Let's start with 1/4 cup. I didn't measure the last time I made this. Yes, I'm using a sippy cup. Let's start with 1/4 cup, and I know we're gonna need a little bit more, but I can't remember how much, so we'll add to it. And you're just gonna quickly stir this up, and it'll form into a dough. Nice. Okay, looks like we only needed 1/4 cup. And oh, forgot to mention, I did also add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1.5 tablespoon of, you can use either self-rising or all-purpose flour. I used all-purpose because I didn't have self-rising on hand. And we are going to, just because, hit this with a little cooking spray. 1, 2, 3. Just roll with the madness, folks. And then that makes it not stick to the sides. And there we have it. For our chocolatey tamale, we have our sweetened cocoa masa. All right, I got to get the kids set up for class, and I'll do the next part of the video. Okay, once again, could not get into Rachel's class because her teacher has not figured out Zoom after 4 weeks. So we are going to the next part. Now, traditionally, when you're making tamales, you use a corn husk that you buy at the grocery store in the Latin aisles. But because I try to make my recipes as accessible to everybody as possible, and I realize not everybody is going to have access to corn husks, we are going to go full gringo on this. I'm going to show you how to make them with foil. We're going to take off a nice length of foil. We're going to fold it in about 1/3 like that. Flip it over so that there isn't going to be a seam against the masa. Cooking spray. And now we are going to take our ball of masa. And once again, sorry to all my Latino friends. I know you guys are all cringing right now. And we are going, this is, as you could tell, this is not the normal way to make tamales. And because we are not going to have stuffing in these tamales, I'm just going to put them into a mound like this. Nice big size. It's going to plump up a bit while it's steaming and cooking. So, right about there. Fold this over. Roll it up. I know this is blasphemy. Hey, remember, I'm married into a Latino family. If they saw this, I'd be dead. And just like that, pretend this is a corn husk. If you have corn husk, you could do that. You already know how to make tamales. This is for the gringos who don't know how to do it. So we have it wrapped up, tin foil, folded up the bottom. There we go. Now I am, I took a pot with this nice insert, filled it up a little bit with water. We don't want the water coming up into the holes. So we have it underneath, bringing the water up to a hard boil, and then we'll get back. Okay, our water is at a hard boil over high heat right now, just to get it there. We have our insert. Now, normally this is full of tamales, but this is just a single tamale recipe because it's just for a snack. But we don't want this falling over, so I'm going to take our mug, invert one, take another mug, invert it, and now this will stand upright. Pop it in. Place, good. Put the lid back on. And set the timer, 16 minutes. Starting to steam. Come back in 60 minutes. We're going to turn this down to medium high. Okay, we're in multitasking mode. Rachel is in one class, Jesse's in another class, and I am doing tamales. These have just finished. Well, this has just finished. It's singular. So, woohoo! Thankfully, because I cook a lot, I have no feeling in my fingers. So, I'm going to cook this up. Alright, so really quick. Ta-da! This is just it's nothing, no filling in it. This is a sweetened cocoa tamale with the cinnamon and chipotle. Now, just bear with me here. We're going to flip it over. This is a nice looking side. Cooking spray, really quick. There's a method for this madness. I'm going to put the tamale on that right now. I'm going to toast this 1 point marshmallow, and I'll be right back. All right, I like mine burnt. So, going to push down. Oh! I don't want to break up the marshmallow. There we go. Push down just a little. Now, graham crackers are points. This is a little quarter sheet of a graham cracker. This is a point. This is 0 points. Going to crumble it up. And this is just for garnish anyway. I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. And then we're going to get, because I forgot to grab this, I'm so sorry. I was running around here. Ready to go. Right, I am back from digging around in the kitchen. Now, powdered sugar is lower in points than regular sugar. You can have, we're going to use less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. And we're just going to dust. And there we go. We have our blasphemous Mexican chocolate tamale with a toasted marshmallow on top, crushed graham cracker, and powdered sugar. This is 5 points, 1 point for the marshmallow, 4 points for the maseca and all that stuff. So, yep, take that, everybody. Boom!